Hello, Dino Navy. My name is Cyron, and welcome to Atlas the Worxruff. The story so far. Here we are. Didn't think it would take us. Let's see how long it took. When was the last one? When was the first one, and when was the last one? So, recently made a playlist full of them. 10 months ago was the first. All of them. All of them were 10 months ago, but the exact day was May 3rd. It's like 2 months from now, just about. Um, I didn't wait till exactly a year because there are already two things coming up in this month exactly. There are like a year ago today, so I'm like, I'm not gonna do three. I don't love the Divine that much. Anyway, so yeah, we're doing the story so far. So every 5 installments that ever get put out, I'm doing the story so far for each of them. Basically, just parts of me explaining, generally how the story goes, showing depictions of every character and things, and different promotional arts, and just my general thoughts on them. Um, but unfortunately, um, production of installments has actually slowed down significantly. One, because I am actually trying to put more thought into them, and two, I've just been really, I wouldn't say lazy. I've just been, it's like when I'm like, okay, I definitely gotta do an installment to like write some. I have to write some of an installment today, and I'm just like, I'm just like, I don't want to be here. Why did I do this to myself? But then when I actually get into like a flow state of writing, then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm writing so well. And then the timer goes off, and I'm like, okay, I'll finish this sentence, but hopefully I don't forget what I was doing. Because then it's just like, there's other things I need to do that aren't writing installments, like semi-animating, and we're gonna get into that. I've immediately forgotten what else I was going to say. Oh yeah, just cool pan flute that I have. Anyway, so about the semi-animation. Let's just see how long ago that was. Um, so the last one that was actually posted was 2 months ago, and when you come back, years later.
Your conscience finally getting the better of you. May you descend into the dark and the dust. Something.
Your conscience finally getting the better of you. May you descend into the dark and the dust. Something. So here it is. Also 2 months ago, uh, have official. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, as of December 4th, 2025, I have started semi-animating Dixit and the Dogs, the second installment of the Psyb0i DINO&CreepY lore. And that actually was, for a good long while. I think I've gotten like 4 minutes done out of the 3 months. Actually, 3 months. It's 3 months. I don't know. I don't know when I started the first one to the point where, and like from that point on to when was the first screen? I have a potential like when I first did it, but yeah. I got to a certain point around the 4 minute mark where I'm just like, what am I what am I doing? How do I animate this? And it's not even anything complicated. It's just, I don't know, just something like I have a physiological reaction, just like, don't do it. Don't. You can't. And I'm just like, how do every single time I sit down, I'm just, okay, wait. I'm just like, it's like nothing can get done after that point. And they're not going to show you that point because spoilers and all that, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to do something similar to where, sometimes, ever so once in a while, the storyteller's like, the storyteller got a little bit lazy with this one. That might have to happen with the semi-canonical character known as the Illustrator, who is credited in the first one, in case you didn't know. Wait, hold on. I can get this. Don't worry, I've got it. I've got it. It's their favorite. Yeah, it's their favorite. Oop. Right over here, in the section of animation, is credited me, Cyron, obviously, and also the Illustrator, which is a I think I also have in the description, which is like mistakes that were. Well, sorry that the scaling between characters and objects might not be the most consistent. I try to make them look as good as possible. It is explained by a semi-canonical phenomenon known as the Illustrator, similar to the storyteller. I do have canonical heights for each and every character, though. Thanks for understanding. And I do actually have canonical heights. You may notice right there, right next to it is height, age, installment that they first appear in, and tier. Which I don't think I've ever explained the tier system on this channel, but it does exist. And if it's something like this, where it isn't a specific character, they don't have an age, or sometimes they can have an age. So yeah, with that, there are going to be segments where unfortunately it's just going to have a screen that says the storyteller or the illustrator could not animate this or something. Um, which is just unfortunate, but I don't know. There's something about it where I just can't. And I just want to. It's just. It's just doing that. So yeah. Anyway, let's get this in blue because we're talking about Atlas. Yeah. Well, on camera it doesn't appear as this kind of blue, this exact text code, but it is nice. Anyway, so the whole thing is it's a dystopian, not dystopian, it's a I think of Crestfallen, a different, like future, an alternate future where the events of Abyss Haven and Polymania never happened, and it was like the Divine actually succeeded, and they didn't eliminate all species from everywhere, but completely everything is gone, including Raptimob, because before you can become immortal, like if it never happened, without Atlas it never would have happened. And it kind of just looped back. So, canonical timeline, everything happens. If the doxes completely destroy everything, and then including Raptimob, which Raptimob is really the main one that was trying to, but also bonus 2 was Nori and Cyron. They ended up getting killed, and then trying along to like 200 No, not. How many years in the future? It's like 2256, I think. We could fact check that. Wait, let's fact check that. Fact check! Aliens are from Antarctica. Their favorite part of the computer is the all-in-one cooler. Okay, it is 2276. So 201 years in the future, or 202 years, depending on like whether you're talking about Avashaven or Polymania. But yeah, really far in the future. And there comes along a guy named Atlas, and he discovers the like prophecy that they had, that like, oh, someone is the what was it, the hybrid of black and white, or yeah, what, black and white, and all that. You know, he's like, what happened? That probably should have happened by now, because the stories of the Doxes and everything, because like they were still let to kind of roam free in the universe, but their population was significantly decreased, and they weren't allowed to reproduce as fast. So yeah, that's what happens. So it's like, what's going on? So he essentially just like tries his best to make a time traveling machine. Didn't work out. Focuses on this. So there was like the prototype one. Wait, he lists how many versions there were up until the current one that he has, that he uses and actually succeeds in his plan. Where is it? Oh, is it actually all the way at the beginning? This sounds like an Amber Alert. Editor Siren, play an Amber Alert sound. Now listen to this. I don't know why. I don't know if all pan flutes do that, but the prototype, the second version, yeah, and then 2.21.81, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to the Minecraft version at the time. I have no way to verify that because it's not like I have a screenshot or anything, but I'm pretty sure that was the Minecraft version at the time of writing this, which last time it was edited July 3rd of 2025 at 11:03 p.m. You can see how late I was working on these. So yeah, so there were essentially just 3 versions. The prototype was like giant, like, jester body with this like wide grinly face and stuff, one like singular eye light there, just like jester hat, extremely sharp claws like that, and then like mechanical spider legs. I think there's 6, so not spider-esque legs, but not actually. So stupid. Okay, the prototype was like the actual machine, and then the second version, no, okay, he tried to make a machine, didn't work out. Then prototype, which was like, it looked like an actual watch. Like, what is he? Wait, hold on. Is it what? It was... Okay, I have no way to verify this. You know what? Hey man, okay, well, never mind. So, yeah, it looked like an actual watch, and then the second version was actually one of the depictions, so I can bring it here. So this is the gist of what the second version looks like. And then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna make it look like this. Was originally just meant to be the final bit, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then this is what he ended up landing on, something that looked generally like that. So that would be the that would be the final version. Oh god, I can't speak anymore. So yeah. And it basically goes, he like tests it for the first time and it ends up working. And not only with like any matter, it doesn't just also work with like organic matter, but also a full living being managed to travel across, which was all the proof he needed. Which, when you think about it, is kind of stupid. You know, I was 13 when I wrote it, so you know, I didn't know anything. 13-year-olds aren't people. I'm not dying to you tonight. Anyway, so it works, and he kind of just brings Norbit along with him. It's never said, but he kind of doesn't like Norbit that much. Let's get Norbit in here so you remember. So you know what you're talking about. Us, we don't have anything left in here. We have nothing left in here. Oh, it should be he bass. Good enough. Anyway, so he's 7'10" when standing normally like this. I don't even know how tall he would be then. But anyway, standing normally this, age 21, and he first appeared in installment 6, and he's also tier 1. Out of all the characters, I would say he is probably the least important. There's probably someone I'm forgetting. Or actually, no, never mind, take that back. Or let's just focus on Ava here. She's definitely the least important, because she can be. No, that's not pudding. Yeah, so you just keep going back and forth to like their present day and everything, trying to do everything, because before the installment even starts, Atlas pretty much has all of everything done that he needs to know. He just needs to actually do stuff and like bring people everywhere, which is the weirdest like specific thing that he needs to do in order to bring all those characters together. Words, insert thought, and all your sentences. And that's pretty much what happens. This is, so Ava doesn't just look like this. Is the screen that displays like a generic emotion, but what she really is like an intercom, and has control over a lot of the things in the, oh, what do you call it? The lab? Just the laboratory? Yeah, and also press surfaces and insert thing. These people right here. I take back, there's lots of actually unimportant characters. If you want to know what happened to them, I don't know why I have these. I mean, I feel like the story could be perfectly fine without them. It's too late now, by the way. I kind of just went dead. I lost my train of thought, and I don't understand. Oh, okay, so he just goes back and forth, and eventually, when we get to a certain point in Polymania, he goes back into his universe, or into his timeline for the final time, and it's literally just universe replies, universe. Here, let's see. Atlas left the bipedal flora in the lab, June 28th, 2075. You. Okay. He stepped back into. He stepped. What? Words? No. I can't do it anymore. No. I'm being slowly reduced to nothing. Anyway. He stepped back into the.
For the last time.
Only to step out of the soup. What? Oh no! I don't know what else he would have been arrested for, so that's what all I could think of. And then, before he could react, all faded to black. Timeline erased. Timeline erased. Timeline erased. Timeline erased. The divine are powerless. Ha 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 ha. That's pretty much it. There's certain details about here, like, what was it? I forgot that. I think I was so proud of this scene right here, starting. Yeah, like this. This is probably the most detail I've ever put into a scene. No, that's not true, actually. That's not true at all. I feel like the most detail I've ever put into a scene was in Incognito Hazard. This Dreamscape Fever, which there's so many things in Incognito Hazard that seem senseless, and they're gonna get explained in Happy Incognito Hazardous Home, which starts as the 16th installment through the 20th. So pretty far in the future. Also, oh yeah, I can't start working on the 11th installment until I finish all of these story so fars, which is why I'm doing this now, because I'm not too particularly excited to do that, just because it takes place in 2074 or 2073. So I'm scared of like having some detail or something that contradicts something that's said in previous installments, or later in the future, but previous installments, which I kind of promised to myself that I would never do that, but like make installments that take place before anything else, because there's a huge risk of contradicting something, and then to which I will have, like, once an installment is signed, I can't change anything, which is why there are so many, like, either things I want to go back and change, but I just don't, or like so many errors that for some reason weren't detected by the autocorrect, but now all of a sudden when I'm listening to it being read aloud, all of a sudden it's like, wait, what was the, I think the one I'm most mad about was one in Abyshaven, or not Abyshaven, Amalgamite Games, which was, I think was the first, how can you learn? The very first one. Zoom, editor Siron. Zoom. Not here, Alley. That's the one I'm most mad about. Because I'm just like, the autocorrect chose to ignore that, but then there's other things that it's still going on about, and it's like, oh, you did this wrong, I think this is the most detail I've ever put into a scene. Look at this. What was it? There was another thing. Like, when I try to describe someone getting cut off while they're speaking, like, yeah, right here. Soren, and then Dino&C to sell it for some. It always tries to correct me by putting a, like, space in between, I think, like that. Oh no. I just changed the date. This was... No! Oh, please tell me you still have that. I know I literally just contradicted myself by trying. I was trying to give you an example of what it was trying to get me to do. Where are you? Where are you? Oh no! I can't find it because this is like tiny little small window. No! It's gone! I need to change it back. Sorry! Alright, I've officially just changed the date on that. Oh my god, what did they do? I hope it... Wait, did they... Oh, they have the date on there. Okay, so in the recording is in fact the date there. So yeah, it tries so desperately hard to correct me on that tiny little thing, which it's not even correct on, by the way. But for some reason, it decided, it went over here. Let's go back to the Amalgamite Games show. Just what I'm talking about. It takes a good look at that sentence right there, and it thinks, yeah, that's good. It'll pass. Not here, Alley. That's not real. She realized this was not here, Alley. Does that make any sense? No! Because clearly that's not what I was trying to put, but for some reason, it was like, oh, that's approved. What's the sound? Approved! Like, why? You chose the wrong thing, autocorrect. Or auto-incorrect. So dumb. Anyway, this video was about what? Atlas the Worxruff. I don't believe you. I think that's because I've already said everything I need to say on it. Pretty much. Anyway, so this has been my rant, announcement, and also the story so far. Essentially just corrects the timeline, and everything is smooth sailing. Straight lie. But anyway, I'll see you later, Dino Navy.